And we're live. Yes, we're live with breaking news, and this news is right here in my hand. It seems that the demand for hate crimes is up in Trump's America. But supplies are dwindling. The need for hoaxes is great. So, all you hoaxers, get out there and hoax, because, there's a dwindling supply of hate crimes, real hate crimes, so we must increase our supply of fraudulent hoaxes. Now, the reason I bring this up is a subject I have not weighed in on, really, at all. In fact, I haven't weighed in on a lot of subjects recently, but this one, it's just gotten to the point where it's ridiculous. We've had, like, I think 4 in a row major. Well, first there were 3 things that were, like, taken way the hell out of context. We could step back as far as, I guess, this last summer or fall when Judge Kavanaugh was being confirmed as a justice. Well, I guess that's the end of this for now. So I will be right. Nope, I can't deal with that right now. So the hustle and flow of it is the fact that Judge Kavanaugh, he got accused of things that he wasn't even there for, so his reputation traveled without him. I've had a problem with that too. I've seen my reputation, travel. Though it did good things for my reputation. So I don't know what his reputation was going around and doing, but wasn't helping. I'll say that much. So the thing was, Judge Kavanaugh's reputation traveled without him, thanks to Dr. Blasey Ford. But Dr. Ford, for however 100% she was believing that Judge Kavanaugh was the man, there was even a man that's like, what you described that happened sounds like something I think happened while I was way too drunk at a party. Okay? So there's even a person who's willing to step up as the perpetrator, even though it's oh goodness, I hate having head strokes and major brain damage. The statute of limitations. Thank you for that word. Statute of limitations had run out on the crime of sexual assault that Dr. Blasey Ford had perpetrated upon Judge Kavanaugh. But then he was still, and everybody, because somebody was raped somewhere, he must have. Not every man is a rapist, but that's once again, crime that didn't happen, but didn't happen. We're 100% sure of that one. And this is a woman who's lied under oath, amongst other things. But let's not tarry on that, because it then just went like the needle was pushing way over, but we went to full on empty of any morality with Jussie Smollett. Okay, Jussie Smollett. Yeah, there are a lot of people weighed in about all sorts of things. Okay? And I really stayed out of it because I'm a tall, white, bald man. Do you know what that means? I mean, how many times I've been actually, since the punch a Nazi has become a thing, how many times I've actually been hit by damn fools who thought I was a bloody Nazi? Enough. Trust me, enough. More than a half dozen. So, and I'm a disabled American veteran. I really don't need or deserve to be punched for something I haven't done. I fought for this country. I've had friends who died for this country. And if you think you have the right to punch me, toe to toe with me here in Bozeman, I will guarantee you one thing. It'll be either a, 2 to 3 hit engagement, and the likelihood is you'll probably end up spending a great deal of time in jail. But the fact is, I'm not a Nazi. I may be something of a nationalist, but even then, I'm basically apolitical. Okay, the reason I'm apolitical is because I'm a part of another hated minority. The Jehovah's Witnesses. Whoop, there we go. Everybody left. You know something? I may not be the best Jehovah's Witness. Okay, I may not be fully in line with what I'm supposed to be doing, but I understand that that's just the truth, and that people always make mistakes. Their potential of being redeemed. But it's amazing with this Jussie Smollett thing. Turns out he hired 2 Nigerian brothers to play the parts of white nationalists who were going to call him a slur for gay, a slur for black. Technically, black's a slur too. Colored is a slur. Are there any words to describe a man of African American heritage that doesn't require me to hyphenate his name, since he's a multi-generational American, right? Isn't he? I mean, this is Chicago, of all places. It's not the place you want to go to build a career. Oh, maybe it is for some people. But see, here's the problem. You got the Jussie Smollett's pushing a hoax of a hate crime. Why? Why? Because there are not enough hateful people in the world? Or because you haven't gotten the right amount of oppression out of the hatred that was thrown your way, that you had to create oppression to throw against you, because as a gay man of something African descent, you're not oppressed enough. You need more in your life. You have to, and then you're going to get upset with people for not, when it's 21 degrees below zero and they know that bleach freezes to ice at 18, the likelihood of anybody dumping bleach on you when you're out in 21 degree below zero weather is minimal. And I've known white supremacists in my life. Many of them wanted me to hop on board. I was a huge white man. I should fight for the white. No. You know something? I fought for Americans. I have fought for America to be America. Not the America it is today. The America it was in the 80s. I fought for that. I had friends that died for that. And you want to tear it apart? Why? All right, you want to fundamentally, we got people, village idiots like Bernie Sanders, okay, who's completely changed his tune since he originally, I threw up a video here, 2 years ago, a little over 2 years ago, when Bernie Sanders didn't get the nomination for the Democratic National Committee, I did a little spoof video. If I remember, I'll try to link it in the doobly-doo. But it's a video that basically was from Monty Python and the Holy Grail, when the priests are walking around smacking themselves, the monks are whacking themselves with the boards as they chant. I said that the Bernie Sanders voters have now gone to speaking the unspeakable words, and then it was a minor, not 2 minute or more or less skit. So it was a really short video. But the fact is, and I may have gotten wordy afterwards and made it 10 minutes. I don't remember. Point was that the skit was pretty short. And as compared to here, where I've been babbling for almost 11 minutes. And, that's partially because I got 6 angry ferrets in my head. I'm going to say all sorts of shit. Okay? And, whoever knows which crazy one of them's at sea, because it's like treehouse friends up in my head. So, except they're ferrets instead of squirrels. But, because squirrels are, they did this plain nuts. Anyway, but, yeah, I mean, this is not the country that I fought for it to become. This is not the country I served for it to become. This is not the country my friends died for it to become. This is not the country my compatriots and brothers at arms died for it to become. So what the hell's wrong with y'all? What, you don't have enough hate crime, you gotta go building up hate crimes. And now we could step back to Jesse Smollett's thing to a bunch of magazines were pulled out of those Nigerian brothers' apartment, which was completely thrashed. I would not want to have got out of being arrested, go home to that. That would just be, oh. But they took magazines out of their house. That might have been the magazines that the words were cut from, for a letter that sometime before him being assaulted was sent to the place where Empire is recorded, and the studio received it, and it was derogatory, and also was dressed from MAGA country. So I'm not quite sure if he didn't feel that there was enough empathy created for him in the show over that insult, or if that was a stage 1 fraud, and because it was sent through the mail, the FBI had to get involved. So now it's a federal crime. And it just, so you didn't get pressed enough with the one bad thing you did to point out that we're all evil. You know something? There are portions of me that are evil. Though that evil generally comes out when you hurt me or one of my own. Okay, you hurt me, you're my girlfriend, you hurt her grandson. You're gonna be in a world of wreck. Okay, but you leave me alone and you leave people around me alone. Guess what? I've never found a reason to just go beating people down, no matter how big, no matter how white I've ever been. And I've been pretty white in my life. I know. I've been white, most of my life. In fact, actually, you could say I was a colored person, because I've been many colors. Some people thought I was the world's tallest Mexican when I tan up for the summer. But living this far north, you don't get that kind of a tan. I live in Bozeman, Montana, and you know something? During the winter, you definitely don't get enough light. I mean, it takes. I've got 5, 7, 9 lights going to get this much light in this room now, and there's still dark shadows. Now, part of that is the light placement, and I'm not doing my, but it's not like I'm doing a theater lighting where it has to cast zero shadows. Um, you know, I'm doing lighting haphazardly, I guess. So, you know, regardless of all of it, I was going to get into some real breaking news, like, things that CNN has published, like a 2018 major baseball league recorded a breaking $300 million deal with the San Diego Padres. So Los Angeles Dodgers and the San Diego Padres have some $300 million deal going on, and French women who were silenced about church abuse. Basically, speak out, and that is Lucy was just 16 when she became involved with the Catholic religious community. After attending a holiday camp in Switzerland at the time, she told CNN she was very, very, very alone and looking for friends and affection. And so possibly that affection was provided by handsy priest, I would guess. Then they also said her mother says her son was shot dead in front of her by a policeman. Now, I don't have anything else. That was just the headline. I realize I'm just headline reading. So, let's see. Port-au-Prince, Haiti. Okay. Never mind. We're not talking about even the United States. Wow. Isn't that funny? And I don't think it's funny that a parent ever lose a child. Period. But that doesn't mean I'm going to stand back and, you know, believe that there is so much hate in the United States today, as people are trying to say that is being perpetrated. It's just not realistic. And if we're not going to be realistic, then let's all go to a fantasy world where we'll all, poop rainbows, eat butterflies, and ride unicorns to work. Then we don't have to worry about farting cows. We don't have to worry about traffic and pollution because we'll all have unicorns, so we can all magically get to work instantaneously, right? With that, I'm saying out to you, peace out today, peace out to you tomorrow, peace out to you always, and as always, peace out.